Welcome to another edition of MarketSense, where we break down economic concepts in simpler terms so as to help you make smart economic decisions. My name is Dr. Taufik Kolaoleraji, and I'm an economist. Welcome to MarketSense. In today's topic, we're going to be looking at why the Naira is still weak against the dollar. Presently, it stands at 1,540 Naira to a dollar. Why is this so? But before we delve into the analysis and reasons, let us look at the basics. What is exchange rate? Exchange rate basically is about price, the price of one currency to the other. And like any other price, there has to be a market. And in this market, this particular market, it is called the foreign exchange market. These are where various currencies of various countries are traded. Normally, this market is supposed to be a competitive market. But in the real sense, it is not. Forces of demand and supply are supposed to be the one to determine the price in this market. But other factors, such as interest rates, government intervention, and market expectation, also play a big role in determining the price of various currencies. Now let's look at the reasons why the Naira still remains weak against the dollar. Over the last 2 years, Nigerian monetary policy authorities have tried to slow down the free fall of the Naira against the dollar. This they have done after the flotation of the currency. Now, this flotation of the currency has not been a free float. It has been majorly a managed float, whereby the CBN still keeps intervening in the market. This has stabilized the market, but the Naira still remains high against the dollar. Now, one of the reasons why the Naira is still weak against the dollar is our crude oil production challenges. Nigeria's major source of crude oil, or FX, let me put it FX. Nigeria's major source of FX still comes from crude oil. And due to pipeline vandalism, oil theft, bunkering, you can mention a few. Our production level and our sales level has gone down, limiting the number of amount of FX that Nigeria gains from crude oil. This has not made the Naira stronger against the USD. Now, reason number 2, Nigeria's dependence on importation. Nigeria still remains an import-dependent country. Most of the food, manufactured products, and machinery that we bring into Nigeria are still being imported. What this means is that the demand for dollar is still high, and the supply of Naira is also on the high. This has weakened the Naira against the dollar. Now, reason number 3, low non-export earnings. Our non-export earnings has increased gradually over the years, but still not enough to offset the high demand for dollars in the society. This is also a factor that has made the Naira weak against the dollar. We'll look at reason number 4, net real interest rate. Nigeria's inflation today stands at 21.88%. Now, our interest rate on savings and deposits still stands at 13 to 16%. If you do a minus or a plus or minus on it, you find out that the net real interest rate is in negative. Now, this is a big red flag for investors that are looking to make a yield from bringing in dollars into the country. If our interest rate is in the negative, so definitely there's no yield for them when they come to invest in Nigeria. And when that happens, Nigeria doesn't get the FX it needs into its economy. This has also played a major factor in ensuring that the Naira still remains weak against the dollar. Reason number 5, remittances. Remittances from diaspora, people in diaspora, or Nigerians in diaspora, play a major source of FX for Nigeria. Way back in the days, MoneyGram, Western Union used to play a major part in ensuring that Nigerians in diaspora could send money down to Nigeria. But in today's Nigeria, there are various channels in which people now send money. Not through the official means, but the unofficial means. And what this happens is, instead of the supply coming through the official means, the supply goes into the black market, where we don't know what people use the money for. This also plays a major factor. And we go to reason number 6, which is debt service. For Nigeria to service its debt, it needs dollars, or let me put it as FX. If we don't hit enough FX, then it will affect our debt service. And even the FX that we hit, we use a major part of it to pay for our debt service. So for Nigeria to have a stronger Naira, we have to be able to hit more FX so that our debt to FX revenue is much lower. This will help us strengthen the Naira against the dollar. And lastly, our parallel market, or what we know as our black market. The black market or the parallel market needs to be regulated. In today's Nigeria, we don't know who is buying, who is selling, and what quantity they are buying or selling. If we don't have this information, then how do we determine price? That means speculators can speculate, and price can be given at any rate. For Nigeria to have a stronger Naira, the black market needs to be regulated. I hope these reasons has helped you understand why the Naira is weak against the dollar. There are so many other reasons, but let us leave it at this today. So we ask the question, is there still hope? Can the Naira still be stronger against the dollar? Can we get to 360 Naira to a dollar? Or even 150 Naira to a dollar? Yes, we can. But there needs to be a lot of work from the citizens and from the government. I'll list one or two things that we can do, some as a country and as a people. Number one, we have to reduce our dependence on importation. We have to find a way to increase our oil production. We have to increase our non-oil exports. And we have to find a way to regulate the black market or the parallel market. If we do all of this, the changes might not happen overnight, but they will definitely change. The Naira will definitely become stronger against the dollar. I hope you enjoyed today's edition of MarketSense. Don't forget to click and subscribe, and also refer our station to your friends. Thank you very much.